So we got some more Malia news, as they call it. Okay, let's get this started.
For justice to be served for little Malia Davis, her stepfather's attorney is making big moves in his defense, starting with going after the phone records of community activist Quanell X, who is credited with getting the confession from Darian Vince about where Malia's body was dumped. Our legal analyst suggests the defense wants to see what, if any, communication Quanell had with law enforcement before that jailhouse conversation to see if Vince was pressured into confessing without his lawyer present.
He's already admitted he was there when the child died. That's an amazing statement. And I'm sure the defense lawyer is very upset that that statement was made. That's why he's attacking the statement.
Another motion filed today orders Vince to undergo a mental health evaluation. Our legal analyst also expects the attorney to ask for a change of venue because of all the media coverage in Harris County. We will stay on top of any new developments in the case on air, online, and on our KHU 11 app, where there is a special section dedicated just to Malia. Funeral plans are also in the works. We'll let you know as soon as they are finalized.
Well, the headline is shocking, and it is one of the stories you've been clicking on the most. Sex offenders.
Now, before this story started, I totally agree with this shit. At first, it seemed like they were saying all sex offenders, but then when they just, I totally agree, These niggas should be chemically castrated, bro. None of the kids should, because I was thinking, like, what if you do a rape case, nigga? You don't need to be chemically castrated, but whatever, nigga. Then they pinpointed it, and I totally agree. Yes, all states should do this. Listen up. Charlotte Carolina's down. I know I'm down. Let's rock out. Let's do it. I totally agree. We ain't even got to talk about this.
Could be forced to have chemical castration in Alabama. But you may not know, Texas has a similar law. Lauren Tallarico, live near the Galleria tonight with what's going on in Alabama and how it compares to Texas. Lauren?
Well, Lynn, the laws are different from each other. In Texas, it's voluntary for one, unlike Alabama, where those castrations would be mandatory for certain offenders. But they both have a lot of people talking, many in favor of this physical punishment and others downright against it.
The Alabama bill is called HB 379.
They should be marked for life.
Representative Steve Hurst introduced it.
Maybe now we can do something that can protect these children.
The bill would only apply to
HB 3. What the fuck is it, yo? HB 70, hold on.
People talking, many in favor of this physical punishment and others downright against it.
The Alabama bill is called HB 379.
They should be marked for life.
HB 379. Everybody remember that shit. I say HB 379. You heard me? Listen closely. HB 379, y'all.
Representative Steve Hurst introduced it.
Maybe now we can do something that can protect these children.
The bill would only apply to a child molester over 21 years old convicted of sexually assaulting a child under 13.
Yes.
Before getting out of jail, the inmate must be chemically castrated, given injections or oral medications, and would continue those meds every month until a judge says stop. Then castration would reverse.
All we're trying to do, we're just trying to fix it to where that some small child is not molested.
But the ACLU says it's cruel and unusual punishment and plan to fight it.
They're going to challenge it under the 8th Amendment of the United States Constitution.
In 1997, Texas lawmakers passed a bill regarding surgical castration for child sex offenders, which is voluntary and permanent, unlike Alabama's. It's something that David Wayne Jones had done. In 1991, he pled guilty to molesting 40 children when he worked at a YMCA in Dallas. But doctors say castration of any kind doesn't mean a person can't have sex. It just decreases their desire to do so. Critics point to that as a reason it might not work, along with the fact pedophilia is considered a mental disorder, so it's not only physical.
In total, 8 states allow for chemical or surgical
Okay, and what is that supposed to mean? Most everything is half mental and half physical, man. I mean, but so they saying they cannot control this forever, then that's the only choice they have, which is HB 379. Fuck you mean? Fuck you talking about? This on God.
castration. If the governor of Alabama signs it, Alabama will become state number 9. Glenn,
Come
Mia.
on, Alabama, let's
Quite
go.
the story. Thanks for laying it out for us. The race to be Houston's next mayor could be getting more crowded.
The story kicks off tonight's 90-second nightcap.
Alright, bust it. So make sure y'all do HB 379. Let's get on with it now.
All right, we'll pick it up from here. Levi, thank you. As everyone waits for justice to be served for little Malia Davis, her stepfather's attorney is making big moves in his defense, starting with going after the phone records of community activist Quanell X, who is credited with getting the confession from Darian Vince about where Malia's body was dumped. Our legal analyst suggests the defense wants to see what, if any, communication Quanell had with law enforcement before that jailhouse conversation to see if Vince...
This gets on my damn nerves because they talk about putting the body to rest and letting the soul rest and do all that crap, man. Y'all too busy trying to keep this story going so y'all can get clout and people get views. You know what I'm saying? This is weird, man. Love you, Malia.
Was pressured into confessing without his lawyer present.
He's already admitted he was there when the child died. That's an amazing statement. And I'm sure the defense lawyer is very upset that that statement was made. Is why he's attacking the statement.
Another motion filed today orders Vince to undergo a mental health evaluation. Our legal analyst also expects the attorney to ask for a change of venue because of all the media coverage in Harris County. We will stay on top of any new developments in the case on air, online, and on our KHU 11 app, where there is a special section dedicated just to Malia. Funeral plans are also in the works. We'll let you know as soon as they are finalized.
Well, the headline is shocking, and it is one of the stories you've been clicking on the most. Sex offenders could be forced to have chemical...
So yeah, yo, make sure you rock out with us. You know how we do what we do over here. You feel me? I don't know, yo. This shit's crazy. Great. You tell me what y'all think, but I want everybody. HB 379. Huh? In this motherfucker, you heard me? Yeah.